Turn it down.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I know. It's still quite bright. I can't see a thing. Did you go down anymore? It's going up again.
Follow the light.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, yeah, that's good.
Alright. Is that the have we been paying the electricity bill? It's like the opposite. Yeah, exactly. Instead of like turning them off, they put them on. That's good. Burnt. What we've got is we've got three comedians left, and you've been doing a lot of shouting, and at this point I have to sort of try and interject a bit of fun into the proceedings. So the statisticians amongst you will have noticed that I've reserved a couple of numbers rather cunningly for this point, and I've saved the number 1 and the number 2. And that allows us to not only shout the number out, but we can show it using our digits. For example, this is number 1, and this is number 2. So as you shout out the number you'd like, number 1 or number 2, you can also gesture like this, and it will give us all of us the opportunity to show each other exactly what we think of each other. So ladies and gentlemen, for the next stat, would you like number 1? Or would you like number 2? Come on, show me number 1. Are you a rude audience? Are you ready for number 2? It's got to be number 1. I thought it might be. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Jonathan Creasy!
Thank you, cheers. Microphone problems there. So, is anyone from England in here tonight? I'll take a bit of a punt on that one. And if there are any Americans here, please note the correct low-key way of acknowledging your national identity. But I am... slow down. Are the Americans here? Ooh, no. Okay. But I am English, and the thing I like most about being English is you can go anywhere in the world and they speak our language, more or less. Go to Australia, they speak fluent English. Go to America, they speak fluent English. Go to Scotland, you know, they're really trying as well. But we have got problems with our language. We have got flaws, we have got holes. And most of these are related to our sayings. Case in point, don't knock it till you try it. Meaning, you can only truly judge something when you've experienced it yourself. And I was down a pub with my mate, and he, for some reason, started drinking WKD Alka-Pops. And I said to him, mate, that's shit, why are you drinking it? He taps his nose, he goes, don't knock it till you tried it. So I tried it, and I have to say I was quite surprised. It's actually just a little bit less shit than I thought it would be. But that phrase doesn't stretch very far. I read a report about a man in Zizi's restaurant in the Strand in London who for some reason, unknown to himself, cut off his own penis with a bread knife. Now, I've been to Zizi's, and sometimes the service can be a little slow. The bruschetta can be a little dry, but I like to adjust the tip accordingly. And out of all the times I've been to Zizi's restaurants in the Strand, I've never once had such a bad time that I've looked at my groin and thought, it'd be a good idea to cut my own genitalia off. Now, if you're in Aberdeen Angus, you know, that's a different thing. Surprise doesn't happen more often. But there's lots more examples. Mark Twain, for example, he came up with a lot of quotes. America's arguably greatest writer. He came up with a lot of quotes about dogs. And one of his most famous ones was, it's not the size of the dog in a fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And I know, through painful experience, that's not true. Bit of background to this, my next door neighbours Jim and Jean asked me to look after their dog Tyson while they were away on a canal boat holiday in the Norfolk Broads. Now, to describe Tyson, being kind, he's a vicious, horrible bastard of a dog. And when he's not barking at disabled people or the elderly from the window, you can usually find him round the back of the settee, chewing on his favourite toy, which is like this little doll thing. And if you put your hand round the back of the settee and try and grab that doll thing, he'll take your fingers off. Now, he's not the biggest, but he's certainly got a lot of fight in him. So nonetheless, I thought, well, I'll take him out for a bit of exercise. So we went down to the park and did a bit of running, played a bit of frisbee. And suddenly, from out of nowhere, this Alsatian appeared. It wasn't like a magical Alsatian, he just appeared quite quickly. And they had, not a wizard's Alsatian, I think it was from a cow's street. Anyway, so they had a massive fight, and I saw Tyson there, lying there. I managed to get him to the vet, and I was thinking, Mark Twain, when he said that quote, has probably never seen a King Charles Cocker Spaniel take on an Alsatian. And we were at the vet, sewing Tyson's ears back on. I thought, if that dog could understand English, those words would seem rather hollow to him. So a week later, I was in Jim and Jean's front room. Jim was going ape shit about Tyson's ears. And then Jean comes in, she's crying, she says, "Where's Percy, the cat? The other animal in my charge." Now, we live on a busy road, and Percy's not as fast as he used to be. But I looked at Jean's tear-filled eyes, and I said to her, and I just couldn't bring myself to say, that it's either the 10th time Percy's been run over by a Tesco's van, or there's no truth to the saying, cats have 9 lives. Now, I was going to fuck off now, but Dave has intrigued me by this wanking over the comedian thing. If I take a bullet for the crowd, and the next comedian does the same, let's see if he's got 3 in the tank. Anyway, take care.